do the responsible thing and go and vote. He automatically assumed that it was prison wardens. But if I'm thinking about it now, EMPD officers do wear the brown uniform, so there must have been a presence of EMPD officers at the doctor's offices. But the thing is, if the phone was there and the photo was taken and accused number 3 is in the photo, it can only mean one thing. Spitting out a comment of the judge colluding with the state, which for me wasn't a very smart choice of words.
And I'm bad like the Barbie. I'm a doll, but I still wanna party. Things felt like I'm ready to bend. I'm a 10, so I pull in a 10. Like Daddy.
Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ntombela, also known as Kwazeybear. On all social media platforms, do subscribe, be a part of this family, and if you're a returning subby, welcome back, darling. Now we're back in court and you know the rules of this family. Please like this video before we proceed, and also please do comment with your thoughts about the proceedings this week. And lastly, but most importantly, please do not skip ads, because that is how we will make money on this channel. Without wasting too much of your time, let us get into the proceedings of the week. Major disclaimer, we are having issues with the viewing this week, guys. Siyasokola. We're literally having to jump from pillar to post just to get a view of the proceedings, because we are on voting week in South Africa, and therefore all the news outlets are basically out on the field to get the news firsthand on the voting situation around the country. So we are struggling with the court proceedings. However, I was able to get some footage from Monday, and on Monday we continued with the cross-examination of Mr. Gous, and there was not much into it, but Mnisi did touch on the issue of the photos of accused number 3 and how the photos being shot at a certain time on a specific date and now bringing them together with the evidence of the towers can sort of conclude that accused number 3 was not at the scene. And Gous refuses to admit this, because he says no, just because the phone was there, it doesn't necessarily mean accused number 3 was there. But the thing is, if the phone was there and the photo was taken and accused number 3 is in the photo, it can only mean one thing. The cross-examination of Mr. Gous was completed on Monday, and on Tuesday we were expecting Mr. Mabaso, whose evidence stood down, or cross-examination stood down last week. We're expecting him back in court on Tuesday. On Tuesday, which is today, we had Mr. Mabaso back in court, and yet again Mnisi was pressing on the issues of the cell phone and the pictures, just basically alluding to the fact that, you know, although the pictures do not have the location, but the fact that the phone, the specific phone, was pinging in that location and there's a picture taken of accused number 3, it could mean that accused number 3 was at that specific location. And he says he cannot deny or agree to that, but he knows that the picture definitely was taken with accused number 3's phone. Once Mr. Mabaso was done with his cross-examination, we had a new witness on the stand, which was Buthelezi. Buthelezi, if you remember, did testify in the trial within a trial. He is one of the EMPD officers that were assisting with the escorting of 2 of the accused in this case. Now, Buthelezi, in the trial within the trial, we had evidence from Undanzi saying that Buthelezi was part and parcel of the people that were assaulting him during his arrest, and yes, they were escorting him. He remembers Buthelezi, he remembers specific details about the presence of Buthelezi. However, now that Buthelezi is back, he was basically there to testify with regards to the evidence about accused number 1's cell phone. So Buthelezi did assist Mohola in the arrest of accused number 1, and he says that he was with Usadiki, which was his partner at the time. Now, the evidence of Mr. Spiya is that there were more than just 3 officers that came during his arrest. There were EMPD officers carrying rifles and very intimidating, but till today these officers do deny this. Another interesting thing that I picked up about Buthelezi that really is just like shocking to me how he keeps denying having gone to Rustenburg. Now, there is evidence before the court that Ntanzi was taken to Rustenburg for a court appearance on the 19th of June in 2020. Now, Ntanzi specifically says when he went there were EMPD officers that escorted him. Now, we could say Ntanzi is a liar and he's lied about other things, but in this case, I believe Ntanzi because there is a doctor that came to testify before this court who was the one that examined Ntanzi on the day, and he says that the people that were there were 2 officers that were not in uniform and other officers that were dressed in brown uniform. He referred to them as the prison wardens. So basically, the brown uniform, to him, he automatically assumed that it was prison wardens. But if I'm thinking about it now, EMPD officers do wear the brown uniform, so there must have been a presence of EMPD officers at the doctor's offices. That's just my speculation. I'm not saying it's a fact, but Ntanzi was not in prison during this time. He was held at police cells. So when the doctor says he saw brown uniform, it could only mean it was the EMPD officers. Now, Buthelezi denies going there, or Jonathan denied going there. All the EMPD officers are denying going to Rustenburg. And the main reason why I think they're denying this is because it is out of their jurisdiction. So basically, it would be a problem if it's found out that they escorted Ntanzi all the way to Rustenburg. Mngomezulu commenced his cross-examination, and it was so heated to the extent where Mngomezulu at some point told the judge that he is descending into the ring. Basically, he wants to be part of the fight. The judge wants to be part of what is going on in court with the state and the defense, and that's not what the judge's job is. He even went as far as spitting out a comment of the judge colluding with the state, which for me wasn't a very smart choice of words, but it got very heated. The judge got very offended, rightfully so, and he started just basically reading the definition of collusion, and he was very upset at the fact that Mngomezulu is saying that he is basically meeting up with the state and they agreeing on certain things outside of court, and he even goes as far as saying he could sue Mngomezulu for that type of comment because it's defamation, it's this and this. It was very heated. Mngomezulu was very heated today, to the extent where he actually also made quite a rude remark to Ubuthelezi, where he says, listen, this is not the streets where you're writing up car tickets. This is court, and this is what I want from you. So it was very heated in court today. The judge then decides that a statement that Mngomezulu had originally asked to be left out because of the issues that he found with the commissioning of the statement, the judge just ruled that that statement should be read. Buthelezi read that statement into the record. They continued with cross-examination of Buthelezi, and that was the end of the proceedings for today. Mngomezulu, during the argument with the judge, did try to address the court, and Judge Rata was not having it. He did not want to hear a single word from Mngomezulu, and at the end he then says many judges have been impeached for smaller things, even minor things than what Mngomezulu is insinuating. So he was very offended by the statement by Mngomezulu, and Mngomezulu says, I did try to address the court and I wasn't given the opportunity, but I do want to apologize. So that was very manly of him to apologize, and he also does apologize to the witness for the comments about the tickets on the streets and stuff. The judge then also apologizes to the witness on behalf of the court and says that he was not taught that way, and he apologizes for the behavior in the court. We are told that there aren't any witnesses that the state can get for Thursday and Friday because tomorrow is a public holiday. We are going to cast our votes. Please vote, guys. Please go and vote. Like, just do the responsible thing and go and vote. So on Friday and on Thursday we will not be sitting in court. We will see you back on Monday, and I will obviously give you an update on Friday as to what took place in the proceedings during during the week. The lawyer has indicated that Upinki from Vodacom will be coming through on Monday, and he also does say that her evidence is quite lengthy, so we're expecting her to be on the stand for quite some time. So that is the witness we're expecting on Monday. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. Because it's Tuesday. Enjoy your holiday tomorrow, enjoy the rest of the week and the weekend, and please do go vote. Anyway, I will see you guys next week. Bye.